Well, preparations are in full swing as racegoers gear up for tomorrow's Melbourne Cup day. And no one is more excited for the festivities than Eddie McGuire. He is hosting 10's Cup coverage and he joins us now. Welcome!
Hello, guys.
Have you finally found a sporting event you haven't covered?
Well, I covered it back in the old days at Channel 10.
you?
This is Station of Origin, of course, for me.
Of course.
Back in the day.
First time you've been back in the studio, Channel 10 studio?
No, I used to come in to get Tool of the Week off you on before the game.
Sorry, that's right, yeah.
In fact, Tool of the Year. But my first time on the coverage, my job was to stand on the barrier. And I remember Bruce McAvaney was calling in for Channel 10 in those days. And I said, Barry, he said, no, go down, it'll be great. And, of course, the first about race 3, the horse nearly kicked my head off and was all sorts of things going on. So it was great. We were right into the action. But we loaded up Empire Rose and they couldn't shut the barriers behind her. She was such a big mare and bang, out she went. It was just so exciting. So tomorrow I'm there doing the Melbourne Cup. I just can't wait because, as you say, it is such a big part for any of us who've grown up in Melbourne, who've fallen in love with sport. And, my job for years used to be to do the lead story for 10 News, to get out there and fly back and get the story to air. It was fantastic.
And if you're not in Melbourne, it's just a nice excuse for a pissy lunch,
That's
really,
it.
isn't it?
Exactly.
Is it in Melbourne?
Yeah. Great coverage on Saturday.
Thanks,
I
mate.
do have one little bone to pick with you.
Oh, well, I wouldn't have come here without a
You're
bone to
wearing a
pick.
morning suit. What's
That's
a boy from Broady doing wearing a morning suit?
I'll be wearing a morning suit tomorrow because there's nothing worse than
please.
people who get invited to a fancy dress who don't turn up dressed up to go.
That's me.
That's it, exactly. And that was, who would have thought, ladies and gentlemen? Geez, I know what you could have come in a fancy dress. But
How are you going to
anyway.
keep the morning suit from getting wet, mate? It's going to rain all
Well,
day.
it's going to rain tomorrow, but that's it. But, in some ways, I was thinking about this during the week, Australia's been devastated by floods this year, and if there's an appropriateness to the fact that it's going to rain tomorrow is the fact that we've been going through this. But let's look for the ray of sunshine. Look for that Golden Cup and see if we can come out of this and hopefully people will be able to enjoy the day who have been devastated by the floods.
You guys are wearing jackets anyway. What are you talking about? It's the ladies wearing their dresses that have got the problem.
It's just one form of suit or another for us. So it's no big deal.
What do you love the most? I mean, the actual races, I imagine you love the most. I mean, it's the fashion and everything around it, but...
I love the stories. I mean, the egalitarianism of the Melbourne Cup, where in the old days it was basically the farmers getting their horses and down they came, and then we had some New Zealanders coming in, and now you've got billionaires and sheikhs and everybody. But still, tomorrow, you're still a sneaky chance. I mean, there's lots of people from around Australia who have got a horse or a hair of that horse. And even more importantly is that everybody feels they own it because you're in a sweep and involved. And it is something that brings us all together. And, there's reasons, there's been protesters in recent times, and I think it's been fantastic, to be honest. The protesters have actually really made people think about what needs to happen, and we're seeing 2 horses being vetted tomorrow morning before the Cup. We've seen a couple come out, and it has taken the race to another level. So all these things, when the swings and roundabouts are extremes, when you come back into the middle, it makes a big difference. So I have no issue with the protesting about the safety of horses and the jockeys, and of course tomorrow with the rain and everything, that'll be taken into account.
Win?
I think number 4, Montpellier. I've got my race bet. I've got my race book here with me. Yeah, I like number 4, Montpellier, which was a horse that finished 4th in the Caulfield Cup, but really flew home. In fact, the last 200 metres of that Caulfield Cup was the fastest 200 of the day at the end of a Caulfield Cup. But there's so many good chances.
I heard you won a bit of money on Saturday afternoon.
Me on Saturday afternoon?
Did you stop asking about it?
My wife's in the audience. She's just spent it. Now I know.
Well, you can catch all the action of the Melbourne Cup Carnival live and free on 10 and 10 Play from tomorrow. There is no one better to do rolling Cup coverage than Eddie. Thanks for joining us, Eddie.
Good stuff. Johnny Riley.